What's up everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we're adding a new performance modification to my Toyota Tacoma. You can see I have the hood up and ready to go. So we're gonna jump right into it with this box here from tacomabeast. So I'll have all their information down in the description below. They're your one-stop shop for the first, second, and third gen Tacomas. I've installed bumpers from tacomabeast, headlights, taillights. I'll link some of those videos down in the description below if you'd like to check those out. But as we work our way to this box now, this is the all-new Injen Evolution cold air intake system for the third gen Tacoma, and tacomabeast just started carrying this. Very cool to be able to see this. We have the Ram style to it, so that's definitely going to provide a lot of airflow to this intake. Everything is made of a very nice composite material too. And Injen states that this will add about 17 horsepower and 15 pound-feet of torque. Now we all know with intakes that's going to be in the higher RPM range, so you're really not going to notice a difference, but it's gonna sound really good too. So as you can tell, I do not have the stock intake right now. And so I'll link that video down in the description. So if you'd like to see how to remove the stock intake, it's a very simple process, and it's going to be the same with this aftermarket intake as well. So the first step in removing whichever intake you have, whether it's stock or an aftermarket one like this intake that I currently have does not have the Ram style to it. So it doesn't have as much efficiency as this new Injen air intake. So the first step, we do have to pop off the engine cover, which is very easy to do. And don't mind the dirty engine bay. I just went off-roading, which was a blast, so I need to get to cleaning this, which is a good time to do it now. But onto this install, we do have two clamps right here. If you have a small enough socket, you can use those. I have a flathead, so I'm just going to loosen both of these a little bit. We also have the mass airflow sensor, so just by pulling on the tab there, you can easily slide that off. And before I forget, there is another tube on this back side, so I can pinch on that and slide it right off. And so now I think I didn't loosen this quite all the way, but I should be able to slide this part off. All right, so that side is out, and we have an air filter, which, to be honest, okay, make sure you don't lose these in the engine bay. But to be honest, I haven't checked this in a while. So note to self, always check your air intake and your air filter. It seems to be pretty dirty compared to the new one that I have, so a great time to swap this out. And so with that piece out of the way, there are two bolts on the bottom side of this. And like I said, you want to hang on to that hardware because I believe that is the stock hardware. And we can remove this intake. And so before we install the new Injen intake system, I just wanted to show a quick before and after differences between the intake system that I'm taking off and the new Injen one. You can see how much larger this box is. So we're definitely going to be getting a lot more airflow, and we have that Ram style as I mentioned earlier. So this is going to insert in the front section here, and then you'll see this piece here will go at the top of the grill. So we're gonna get a lot of airflow going right in through here, which is of course great. So it's a little bit different design than the one that I took off, which will be for sale. So if you're interested in that, you can send me a message on Instagram. And then we also have the piping, which is a little bit thicker than this one as well. So I really like, you can see the inside here, very thick material. And so onto installing the new air intake box right now. One thing that I want to point out, while this is larger than the other one that I just removed, I did install an air compressor just behind it. Now you can't do this with the stock intake, but the reason that I'm mentioning this is the fact that while this is bigger, it actually still fits in this area. So it's a really nice design, how compact it is, yet at the same time we have a lot more size to get maximum cooling into this air box here. And so real quick, before you install this entire thing back into the truck, you want to transfer over these rubber grommets. So what you're going to do is just push one in just like that, and there's a metal sleeve that goes right into it, and you have one here, and then one on the back side, of course. So you put those, all three of those in, as well as this rubber grommet right on the end. So I still have room with my air compressor just behind that. And one thing, like I mentioned earlier, you want to hang on to that stock hardware because you will be rebolting everything in to the same spots. And so before we go ahead and actually secure this down to the truck, so I have the front two bolts, or the only two bolts inside, a little bit loose. So we have some play in this box right here. We need to install the Ram portion before this goes all the way down. That way we have clearance to get it installed. So what you have to do is remove this panel up front, and it consists of these push pins. You'll just take a flathead to pop them out. And once you have all of those removed, then you can easily take this off. And we're going to install the new Ram piece. So there are two bolts on each side that you will have to tighten into place. And so by wiggling this a little bit, I can slide this into place. What I like too is the fact that there's a cutout underneath it for the line for the coolant. So it's gonna go right around there and you don't have to move that, which is really nice to see. So now I can just wiggle it into place here, and just like that. So there's 2 bolts up front here, and then the 2 on each side here. And so you'll see down on the new hardware for this kit, we have this pipe right here. This is where the mass airflow sensor will go. So I do need to transfer that from the old one. You will need a hex tool kit in order to get these stock bolts off. And with all that in place, the air filter actually has locks in it. So I don't know if you can see on camera, there's actually indentations or protrusions here on each side. So you have to line this up, and then you can twist it to lock it into place. So that way that you know it's not coming back out. So it has a nice flush fitment to it. And I'm going to keep this connector loose so that now we have the pipe that we can install on this end. And if I fish that in far enough with the other connection already there, I can just push this right into place. I'm gonna use a flathead here to help me kind of get the rubber around, and just by running it around just like that, we are now in. So I just need to connect or tighten these 3. We can put this piping back on the back side and reconnect the mass airflow sensor as well. All right, so we're getting the truck out on the road now so we can hear what it's like. I hope you guys can hear it from this camera angle here. I wasn't able to fit the camera up underneath the hood, but you should hear it in these higher RPMs. So now, as I mentioned earlier in this video, with the 15 horsepower and the 17 pound-feet of torque, I'm not really going to notice that. Buying an intake is more for the noise, but it's also for that better airflow through the intake. So now that we have that ram system, we have all of that going right through the grill, up through that ram system, and right into the air filter for the intake. So I think this is going to sound pretty good. Now, under a normal driving conditions like I am right now, just cruising, you don't really hear it. I usually hear the intake above 4,000 RPM. So it's going to take a little bit of juice in order to hear it. All right, so first acceleration, I'm really gonna get on it. Pedal to the floor. So you can hear that. Hopefully the GoPro can pick that up. It definitely sounds good under acceleration. I can hear it a little bit more than the exhaust. I do have an aftermarket exhaust. And regarding the other intake that I currently had on the truck, I'll have some video clips down in the description below if you'd like to hear the stock versus that intake, and then you can listen to the stock as well as this video, of course, listening to this one. I'm gonna slow down a little bit again and we'll give it some more gas. Only so much I can do with traffic that seems to be on this road. Hopefully I can pull over and we'll do another acceleration here. All right, here we go. So like I said earlier, you really have to get in that higher RPM range in order to hear it, but I think it sounds good. I'm gonna do another, hopefully I can get that RPM to jump a little bit higher this time. Here we go. Ooh, yeah, that has a good tone to it. I really like it. So one last acceleration for today. It's not crazy loud. That is my wheels there. Here we go. And we are up to speed. It definitely has a good tone to it. So as far as the install goes, it was pretty easy. It took a little bit of time, I'd say a few hours, so definitely plan on that. But it's straightforward, everything fit well, direct replacement for your stock intake. But I think that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a huge thumbs up and consider smashing that subscribe button if you'd like to stay up to date on our daily uploads. And I'll see you guys in the next video.